This is such an opportunity for me to get to talk to you today about something that is so, on the surface, sounds scary. On the surface, when you start talking about the shaking of God, you're like, I don't know if I want to listen to this or not. Well, I'm here to tell you that listen or don't listen, the shaking of God is here. So there is a place of understanding that I believe the Lord wants to take us into, so that the shaking is not something that you fight against, but something that in the Lord you partner with once you know His purpose in the shaking. I mean, Satan, the enemy of our life, of our soul, the enemy of our God, which actually, is a joke. Talking about, being in a battle between God and Satan, that battle was fought and won, and Satan never had a chance even to win that battle. And sometimes we just need to change our perspective on something. That battle was won. God is not fighting the devil. God is supporting us to defeat the enemy in our life, to defeat the enemy in our family, to defeat the enemy in our nations. Jesus is supporting that so that that victory is not just His. Jesus won the battle. Jesus took the keys of death, hell, and the grave from Satan right in His hometown, right in the pit of hell. And then He handed those keys to us, the believers the believers that belong to God, the people who have committed themselves to Jesus and asked Him to come into their heart and make them one with Him. We belong to the family of God. This family has won. But as an individual and as a body, the Lord is feeding us and supporting us and giving us He's already given us everything He has, but He's walking us out. He's walking this victory out in our lives against the enemy. And when we partner with Him, you may be in the midst of the worst battle you have ever been in, physically, in your family, in your marriage, with your children, your business, your ministry, maybe even right here, and right here in your head, or right here in your soul. You have been fighting the enemy. Well, as soon as you partner with Jesus in this battle, you've won, because you've partnered with the winner. You've joined the winner. You already have hooked in with the one who has already won. And I just wanted you to let that sink in today. And as I was praying about what to share with you today, and I've been leading up to it, I guess, but then I thought, well, I've talked so much about the shaking over the last, few years on this show, on other shows. My message for the last 10 years has become really the shaking. And I believe today, if you will incline your ear to hear something maybe that you haven't heard before, and I don't just mean in my teaching, I mean, here's something. Like Jesus said, if they could hear me, if they could see me, then they could turn and I would heal them. So He's asking us to look and see what He's already done. He's asking us today to look and see what He is doing on our behalf right now in this shaking. So as, again, Satan is shaking, trying to shake us out of the kingdom, trying to shake our grip loose. In Revelation, in one of the final parts of the Bible it's like, I don't know what happens after that, but it's going to be good. But we just have these chapters of Revelation, and in the final part of that, it describes Jesus coming with a banner across His chest that says, faithful and true. Like That is his identity. And I feel like Satan wants to shake those words out of our mouth where we can't say, we can't utter, we can't believe, we can't say, well, Jesus is faithful. And I believe today we need to lay hold of that truth. We need to put those words back in our mouth. We need to boldly say them to our mirror, to ourselves. We need to boldly say them to our family. We need to boldly say that to the people in the grocery store. We need to boldly offer him to people. How are people going to survive without Jesus? And maybe in the past, soul winning was like, I don't want to offend anybody. Well, they'll be really offended if they end up in hell and you could have told them about Jesus. You want to talk about offense? I don't want to offend any of my family. It's not about that. We need to put that in our mouth. He is faithful. He has come. He has given everything to win you. Everything to win you. He was the price that was paid to win your soul, to win your life for the kingdom of God, to scoop you up out of death's grip and bring you to the Father. He's the one. He's so faithful. And we just need to say that out loud. Satan wants to get our eyes off of that in shaking us with circumstances, shaking our stability with things happening out here. And I just want you to realize Satan does not have the authority to shake your stability. If your stability, if you no longer feel safe, if you no longer feel stable belonging to Jesus, if you no longer feel like your life is not hidden in him, then it's not what Satan's doing out here that's causing that. It's something in here that is telling you a lie. It's a voice in here that has had a home to speak to you. And we haven't even been aware of it. So in these times where what God is doing, we see what Satan's doing. We see the turmoil. We see what he's trying to pull the generation of children into, or young people, or what he's trying to change in this nation or your nation, wherever you live, your home, your community. We see what Satan's doing. But how does that connect to us? Unless it connects right here, unless it connects in our thinking, because there's something coming out of the messaging of our heart that says we're not safe, that says he's not going to come through this time. Jesus is not going to help me this time. I always thought he would help me, but then I feel like I lost a battle here, or I saw this person lose, or I feel devastated over here, and I don't know how to find that solid place again. I want you to partner with the Lord right now. I want you to partner in his shaking. And you'd say, well, what's the difference? Well, Satan is trying to shake you off, and Jesus is shaking your life free of Satan's strongholds. Whatever, we have this powerful foundation, and I know I've said it, so I'm just going to say it again because that's what the Lord said to me, that I just felt very strongly that today I needed to really say this well. We have this wonderful foundation of Jesus. If you belong to him, you are his. The lowest you can go with Jesus, the very bottom, is him. The depths of his love extend past anything you could do, anything you could say, any hurt you could dish out. His love goes deeper still. You could be the worst murderer in the world. You could have done ungodly things. You could have just been the worst Christian that was ever born on the planet. And his love goes deeper still. And beyond that, you could have never even asked him to come into your heart. and you've done terrible things, or you could have led such a great life that you think you're safe. It's not about that. It's about belonging to him, number one. But if you don't, even now, Christ loves you. He gave his life before you ever knew him, and he did it for you. And his love still goes deeper, deeper, deeper. It is bottomless. It is fathomless. There's nowhere you can go where you've reached the end of his love.